Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. It's Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans, and today we are going to be closing out our June 28th paycheck budget to see where all of our money actually went. So let's jump in. I'm still waiting for my laptop to come up that has the actual figures. All right, so we are going to start out with what our actual income was from this bi-weekly paycheck. My actual income was $1,265.37, and my husband's actual income was $1,472.56. And what else do we have here? So we have roundups, which is when we put cash back in to cover non-cash expenses. We round up lots of things, so that $371 goes back into the budget. We have some completed challenges that came in, and that totals $372. And then $64.38 was just some miscellaneous additional money from someone who paid us for something. So the total inflow that we had was $3,178.02. So if we come down to our fixed expenses, in the category of donations, that was at zero with this paycheck. Our minimum HELOC payment was $468.65 as budgeted. The cell phone bill was $195.23. Life insurance was $131, nothing for before school, nothing for vehicle registration. The second half of our internet was $24.67. $480 did go to daycare, and $75 got put away for vehicle and homeowners insurance. So if I come in to total those up, and the total is $1,374.55. If we subtract that from the $3178.02 that we started with, we are left with $1803.47 to budget, coming down into our variable expenses. So our variable expenses for this pay period, we had $218 that went toward groceries, $92 went to eating out, $0 went to beauty, $44 went to drinks, $70 went to allowance, nothing for work meals, 34 car washes, Amazon subscriptions ended up being $39.10, and I sent $5 aside for reading and $3 for donuts, I guess. Actually, is that one in here? Yeah, $3 for donuts. Okay, so total variable expenses was $501.10. If we subtract that from $1803.47 that we went into this section with, that leaves us with $1302.37 to budget. So now we move up into Our sinking funds, $25 each, did go towards Christmas, nothing for LP. $7 went into our travel, which is the 100 envelope challenge that we were doing virtually. $20 went into my kids' expenses, online sinking fund. $0 toward gasoline. $25 into the vehicle sinking fund. So I had $53 budgeted for the emergency fund because we do the 52-week challenge in there. But in addition to that, we also had 187 from one of the completed challenges, the Holy Cow. So the total amount that went into our emergency fund was $240. We cut out medical this pay period. Summer daycare was $0. Tattoos ended up being $123. My allowance plus some money I had left over from what we spent on our trip. So, and then cash sinking fund, our cash envelopes ended up being $480 that went into savings challenges to then fund sinking funds. So that is a total of $920 in sinking funds, and if we subtract that from the $1,302.37 that was left, that leaves us with, we'll see if this is right, $382.37. Then our trip expenses, were $97. I don't know if I've actually shared this on here, but I was planning on going. We were supposed to go to a wedding in St. Louis in the previous weekend at the lake that we went to. It was terrible traveling with my youngest. She didn't travel well. She didn't sleep well away from home. And so we made a difficult executive decision that I went with my two big kids to my cousin's wedding in St. Louis. And the person that my mom was going with was not able to go, so my mom went with us, so the four of us went down together. So a lot of expenses that I would have had for the trip, I didn't have because we essentially alternated at each stop. I paid the first one and she paid the next time, and we just kind of went back and forth. And so I had less expenses than I anticipated, so $97 go toward the trip. And then the wedding gift, I ended up giving them $100, which is a total of $197 in the other category there. So if I take the $382.37, $197, that would leave us with $185.37 left to budget. So let's see what we got going here. Excuse me. Yep, and then our extra HELOC, the rest was $185.37. So the 37 was just the leftover there, and the $185 was the debt challenge that was finished. And then I'm just going to put buffer here because that's where the last 37 cents went, was to the buffer. So this whole category is $185.37, which does leave us with a zero-based budget. We can come down and check our math. 1,374.55, 501.10. 920, 197, 185, 37. Okay. So we start with 3178.02. We subtract 1374.55 for our fixed expenses, 501.10 for our variable expenses, 920 for sinking funds, 197 in other expenses, and 185.37 in our additional debt and buffer there, and that does leave us with our zero-based budget. So that is what our closed out budget looks like for this second paycheck in June. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.